Well, today, early voting continues in Knox County.
Yeah, you can now cast your ballot in the state primary and the county general elections. In Knox County, there are races for county commissioner, trustee, and civil court clerk.
Now, state primary includes the race for governor, and this week on 10 News Today, we are introducing you to the leading candidates for governor. Here is what Randy Boyd had to say about some of the issues being talked about in this race.
Randy Boyd is a businessman who was raised in South Knoxville.
My name is Randy Boyd, and I'm not a politician, but I'm running for governor of the state of Tennessee.
He's running on the Republican side. He says he's different from other candidates because of his forward thinking and experience.
I believe I also have the most articulated vision. I want to make Tennessee the state of opportunity. Opportunity for better education, opportunity for better jobs, and opportunity for everyone. And each one of those has a very specific metric. I'm also the only candidate that has executive state branch experience.
Now, Boyd has served as Governor Haslam's special advisor on higher education and the commissioner of economic and community development. He says bringing business to the state is something he's familiar with.
A few key things to know. We were able to focus on what our return on investment was. We would invest in a company's people and places. We'd invest in job training to make sure that the employees got the training they needed to do those jobs. And we would invest in places, public infrastructure. And again, whether the company was here or not, it helped improve Tennessee.
Boyd says he does not support marijuana used recreationally and will not support it for medical purposes unless it is FDA regulated.
I do worry that we haven't done the proper testing. So I know there's a lot of arguments anecdotally that it's a good remedy in place of some other drugs, but just like any other drug, it needs to go through the FDA.
And that was WBIR 10 News reporter Katie Inman. You can find early voting locations online at WBIR.com, as well as a section featuring the answers from every candidate running for governor. The last day for early voting is the 28th of this month, and the general election, the primary election, I should say, is the 2nd of August.